Darth Plagueis was alive during Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, but you would never know it from watching the film. He never appears on screen, and his name is never spoken. The only Sith shown are Darth Sidious and Darth Maul, leaving Plagueis completely absent as the story unfolds. It is not until Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, that Plagueis is first named, confirming that he was Sidious's former master. Even then, the story of his powers is treated as a legend, leaving room for doubt. The most detailed account of his actions comes from Darth Plagueis by James Luceno, published in 2012. When Lucasfilm later split the timeline, this book became part of Legends rather than official canon. Because of that, every claim about what Plagueis really did must be labeled by its source. Throughout this video, claims marked as legends come from the Luceno novel, while canon refers only to what is shown or stated in the films. The first thing to understand is the Sith's long-term plan, which is detailed almost entirely in Legends. In the Luceno novel, Plagueis operated under the public identity of Hego Damask, the influential magister of Damask Holdings, a powerful firm with deep ties to the intergalactic banking clan. This gave him immense financial and political reach. In the shadows, his true goal was the Sith's thousand-year quest for revenge, combined with a personal obsession, conquering death itself through the manipulation of midi-chlorians. To achieve this, he needed control over the galaxy, and this is where his apprentice, Palpatine of Naboo, entered the picture. The novel states that Plagueis discovered Palpatine and recognized his potential. In this Legends account, Plagueis manipulates Palpatine into murdering his own family, severing all ties and fully embracing the dark side. He then trained Palpatine, now Darth Sidious, in both the Force and political manipulation. Their grand plan was for Sidious to become Supreme Chancellor and destroy the Republic from within. The Phantom Menace in Legends represents the final stage of that plan being set in motion. The second major action Plagueis took was authorizing the Naboo operation itself. The Phantom Menace opens with the Trade Federation blockade, which escalates into a full invasion. On screen, Sidious appears to be the visible commander of the Federation, but no explanation is given for why Naboo was chosen. Out of thousands of worlds, the choice seems deliberate rather than random, yet canon never names the decision-maker. In Legends, that changes completely. The Luceno novel states that Plagueis not only authorized the blockade, but was also the strategic mind behind it. He and Sidious manipulated the Trade Federation over the issue of taxing trade routes. This served two purposes. First, it generated sympathy for Senator Palpatine, whose homeworld was under attack. Second, it engineered a political crisis that made Chancellor Finis Valorum appear weak, creating the opportunity for Palpatine to seize power. In this version of events, the Federation were merely pawns, their corporate greed serving as a mask for the Sith's true intentions. While Sidious gives the direct orders in the film, the Legends material portrays him as doing so under his master's oversight. Even so, Plagueis was not micromanaging every detail. Sidious was already acting with a degree of independence, a fact that would soon prove critical. The third key moment was Plagueis' reaction to the discovery of Anakin Skywalker. In the film, Qui-Gon Jinn finds the boy on Tatooine, marking a major turning point. Canon remains silent on whether Plagueis even knew about Anakin at that time. In Legends, Plagueis noticed him immediately. The Luceno novel describes Plagueis and Sidious sensing a massive disturbance in the Force from across the galaxy. Sidious experienced prophetic visions of the future, including the image of a black-armored cyborg. Plagueis became deeply unsettled, realizing that this boy represented an unpredictable variable that could reshape everything. This leads into one of the novel's most debated ideas, which it deliberately leaves ambiguous, that Plagueis' own experiments to manipulate the Force may have provoked the Force itself to respond by conceiving Anakin, the Chosen One, in order to restore balance. Faced with this possibility, the Sith took an interest in the boy, but they did not act immediately. Patience, after all, was their greatest weapon. Instead, it was Qui-Gon's intervention that brought Anakin into the Jedi Order, setting the future irrevocably in motion. By the end of the Battle of Naboo, the Sith plan had worked perfectly. The crisis led Queen Amidala to call for a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Valorum. This allowed Palpatine to be nominated and elected Supreme Chancellor, all while his true identity remained hidden. The Jedi were distracted by the appearance of Darth Maul, yet they were no closer to uncovering the true Sith masters behind the scenes. In Legends, Plagueis survives through the entirety of the Phantom Menace. The Luceno novel places his death on the very night Palpatine is elected. Plagueis believed victory was complete. He envisioned a future where he would remain the hidden power behind Sidious's chancellorship, continuing his experiments into immortality while his apprentice ruled the galaxy. According to the novel, Palpatine encouraged his master to celebrate their success with heavy drinking. Plagueis, arrogant and fully convinced of his apprentice's loyalty, lowered his guard. It was his final mistake. As Plagueis slept, Sidious murdered him with a storm of Force lightning, mocking his master's obsession with cheating death while being unable to save himself. In that moment, Palpatine fulfilled the rule of two and became the sole Dark Lord of the Sith. In canon, all we know for certain comes from Palpatine's opera tale. He taught his apprentice everything he knew, and then his apprentice killed him in his sleep. So, while he never appeared on screen, Darth Plagueis' novel presents him as the unseen architect of the Phantom Menace. In the Legends continuity, he was the mastermind who set the entire plan in motion decades earlier. He authorized the Naboo invasion from the shadows, approved the use of Darth Maul, and reacted to the discovery of Anakin Skywalker. Nearly every major event we witnessed was, directly or indirectly, the result of his strategy. His story is the ultimate Sith tragedy. His immense power was matched only by his arrogance. He believed he had mastered the Force itself, yet in the end, he fell victim to the same cycle of betrayal that defines the Sith. He laid the foundation for the Empire, but he would never live to see it built, murdered in his sleep by the apprentice he shaped. So what do you think? Do you prefer the detailed Legends version, where Plagueis was secretly pulling every string, or the mystery and ambiguity of canon? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Sith lore, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more explorations into the hidden histories of Star Wars. Thanks for watching.